Hi there guys, it's Dan here with your market update. Just looking here at the German DAX, and if we go to the monthly here, we are still in sell mode, still red on the board, still got targets to hit. We were down to sort of target here on the PTS of 13,380. We've got another target down here, 9,225, and look, it's it's a long way down. Do we get that low? I don't know. Obviously, we are in a bearish mode, and we are really, if we look here, just first kind of momentum trigger. Now we've had these before. Obviously, this was the pandemic. This was pre-pandemic here, and we just sort of failed and rallied. And we're in that sort of state again here on the monthly. Are we going to find some support and push up from here? Well, $1 million question really. And the answer is we just need to see some green on the board. And so if we just sort of push on down the timeframes, this weekly here is looking increasingly like there's more downside to come. But we don't really see a divergence, particularly here on the storyteller, which is telling us that things could reverse. And with no green on the board, so it's still sell side here weekly, and the daily is really struggling. We are really struggling to progress up. We've got choppy markets at the moment, absolutely choppy markets, and it's the summer trading can be quite choppy. But here, look, you can see we are right between what we would call crop jaws on the daily. We have turned green, and principally, are we are we in a kind of fourth wave here? If we just look on maybe a 1 hour chart, and we just zoom out a little, have we, and you can see my sort of trend lines all over the place, have we sort of completed a 1, maybe this is 3, and then we've got a sort of zigzag, very choppy kind of 4, and then we push on up. That is the question. We're starting to see intraday here, we've got some green signals. We are trying to push up this morning as I look here, getting a momentum trigger, green, but it's very low volumes, and really quite sort of struggling here to get anything going. And it may just be that it's there's not too much desire. It's holiday season, it's August, schools are out, coming into August. We're coming into earnings season, with the second quarter in the US and third quarter in sort of Europe. And so we've got lots of earnings plays, and I think maybe the market's just holding its breath. But really, I'll be stalking this for more downside. We have a bit of a short signal here with our trend predictor on the 4 hours in the DAX, and watching to see if we get some sort of trend line break and push down. It's still looking pretty bearish in these markets. If we go to Wall Street's a little bit more positive this morning, sort of on the intraday charts, in a little bit more green on the board. Same sort of momentum trigger. We've had a very flat period, really since the beginning of the week, and it's been very sideways and choppy. And so, trickier trading conditions for you longer term traders. Which way is this going to go? And right now, with what's on the charts, we just can't say. We're white here on the daily chart. And you know, we sort of try and get some form of channel going here. You know, do we progress in the channel here? Maybe we push up to the top of the channel and then we come back down, and you know, we make slow progress to some sort of recovery. And we could see that being a bit of a sort of rounded bottom, and maybe we do start to push up. But it's, you know, it's tough to want to go to commit too much to the long side. And we're sort of kind of stuck here on the daily. You know, white candles from the PTS just kind of means no trade, really, certainly longer term anyway. We look at the Nasdaq, US 100. Yeah, it was, you know, it is a bit more, again, a bit more positivity, you know, a bit more consistent to the greens on the daily. We do have a green buy on the pro trading system. We just get that to show us. Yeah, we have a green buy here on the pro trading system from last Friday. And, you know, we've been pushing up. We're almost at first target, 12,774. But it is, once again, you know, a bit choppy in between moving averages. Certainly, if you had to, you know, twist my arm today, I would say I've been looking for long trades, unless something changes, unless this green sort of fails and we turned quite bearish yesterday through the day. Yeah, had a nice sort of sell-off. Found yesterday afternoon into the US session, really sold off quite nicely, but we rallied, you know, and we could see more of that, really. Sell-offs, rallies, just not really much movement either way in the coming days and weeks. You know, no real kind of major bias other than still kind of short side on this weekly, monthly. You know, we have not again had a sort of divergence to signal the end of this move. Do we see more downside? I'll certainly be on the lookout for that, on the hunt for more short side in these stock indices. If this sort of attempt at a rally fails, if we look at the sort of VIX, which is the Volatility Index, yeah, it's white here on the weekly. You can see here we had these moves, look, these measured moves each time. Are we due another one of those? And of course, when the Volatility Index pushes up, that generally means that the stock market will go down. Well, it always means the stock market goes down. So we're at an inflection point here. You know, do we finally, and you can see kind of momentum trigger here, do we finally get some rallying in stocks, or is it the same? You know, do we, like we did here and here and here, and we're right at this decision time again at the low? Do we push up again? And then we get more selling in stocks. We are white again on the daily. It's, you know, quite choppy times, really. So it's sort of about preserving capital and maybe looking elsewhere for our opportunities. We just look then. We've got gold here. For gold, I think I spoke about gold in my last video. And yeah, we're starting to get some sort of little green shoots of recovery. But look how they, you know, look how they look now, just indecisive candles. I think we could still, and I had some sort of money lines here with these measured moves, and maybe we do just sort of slowly grind up to this sort of level. But then I'd be looking really for more short side. Have that level alarmed here to look for more downside. And my reasoning for that is really just here on the weekly. It's looking, you know, very bearish. We just found support at the weekly, a nice bounce, played that as a sort of day trade, nice bounce off this 200 moving average support. And, you know, maybe we do just get back up to the 8-period moving average, and then we continue down. If we look at this on the monthly, we had this sort of, you know, if this previous sell-off, you think about it, we are kind of here right now, where we had this kind of failure to make a new high. Slightly different here, we had a bit of a double top. Double tops can really drop, especially in commodities. And so, you know, if we see a new red signal on the daily, I think it's, you know, more downside. But sort of just show you the effects sometimes in these commodities of kind of double tops. We had a pretty decent one here before natural gas went a little crazy. But, you know, we had this previous high here like this, and then we hit the high again, and we just absolutely sank. You know, over almost 3,000 pips in natural gas. And, you know, have we been at the same place with gold? Natural gas has now sort of ballooned up, and you know, it's really strong and long after finding support here. So just showing you the effects really of that sort of double top potential to drop really hard for gold. And just have a quick look at some Forex pairs. We've got, you know, we're looking here, still long and strong in these yen pairs. You can see, you know, still very green on the monthly, still long. But have we kind of reached a sort of a zone where they could come off? Well, you know, every time we get some sort of indication that, you know, they might be rolling over, they turn green again, and just, you know, have a good update. We're starting to see a lot of momentum in our storyteller here. This is the CAD yen. You know, we've got a trend predictor short. Maybe we do finally get a bit of a sell-off, and really they need to sort of come off a little. The yen is very weak, but very separated here on the moving averages, which it can't last forever. You know, maybe we do push to the big round number of 11,000 here, and that's where we roll. So on the lookout on the yen pairs to see. Let's have a little look at the dollar yen here as well. Very separated, kind of a bit of a, you see here I've drawn a bit of a diagonal here, but an ending pattern, very separated, very high. It's still turning green, still green on the weekly, still green on the daily. Been phenomenal moves, but we are starting to see the first chinks on the daily here. If we look, sorry, we've got lots of trend lines here, lots of drawing lines working with students. We're starting to see price get just, you know, a lot tighter in here, and now we're getting red on the board with this sort of divergence down below. Do we roll over at some point? So on the hunt, it may not be in July, maybe through August, when we've got the earnings plays. We start to get some softening on or some strength in the yen. The yen looks, you know, good to buy. So really, that's my update this week. I hope that's of use. You know, bit choppy trading this week. Oh, just the last one actually. So Bitcoin. Bitcoin has, you know, turned red again here on the daily. And so we're expecting more sort of downside. If we really get this, got this red PTS sell, if we can get a momentum trigger in combination with that here on our storyteller, I think we could see even more downside. Little bit of a trend line, you know, from the lows here, maybe, I don't know, a little bit of support. So if we push through that support, we could see even lower you know, levels on Bitcoin and in cryptos. There were some green shoots last week, and we had a bit of a rally, but it really struggled here, and looks like there's more downside. So we'll follow the PTS on that. But yeah, that's it for me. Hope that's of use, and I shall speak to you soon.